Happy Sunday morning! I'm excited to bring a Sunday message because how many of us as kids remembered getting up with our parents, going somewhere, whether it's to church or some sort of organization where you heard some sort of Sunday message, right? And this was to have your week start out wonderfully. This was to get a message to connect to God, connect to the Spirit, connect to that which is greater than us. And maybe for a lot of families, it was to just gather with other like-minded families to eat. How many of us spent like all day at church even or something like that? So we are all busy now, aren't we? And we travel around a lot. So maybe we don't have a home like church or like a routine or a place that we go to get a great message, a spiritual message. Or maybe they're just not going to a church that necessarily resonates with all of us right now. So I just want to start to have this message, and virtual it is just such a better way where we all can get together to have a conversation that really elevates what we're all up to. And that's what this Sunday message is going to be about. So right to it. See your way to an unleashed life. Now, what does this mean? See. I want to give 3 examples of really how we can start to set up our life to really feel unleashed and then ultimately to be expressed as being unleashed in the way that it manifests and shows up in life. And that's 3 things. So C. C stands for self-talk, it stands for energy, and it stands for ego. So let's really look at this from a day-to-day perspective. Self-talk. Our lives really are going to be an expression of our own self-talk. It is the things that we say about ourselves. So for instance, Jocelyn and I have a couple businesses that we run, and in the days where we tell ourselves, did we get into the right business? Did we make the right choices? Are we providing enough value? All that stuff. That's self-talk. Is this going to be successful? Have I reached out to enough people this week? Are people finding value in what we're offering? And really for us not to manage something, but to, again, the key here is going to be awareness. Bring in the awareness of what is my self-talk? What is my self-talk about this week? What are my intentions that I'm setting? Am I telling myself that it's going to be another week where I'm coming from lack? I don't have enough money. This job isn't the one I want. Or are we going to have self-talk like this is going to be the best week ever? I'm going to attract more money into my life. I'm going to just meet the people that I need to meet. I don't know how. I don't know where they're going to come from. But the people are going to come into my life that are going to have me fulfill on my purpose, realize the results, manifest these amazing things into my life that I'm here for. That's the kind of self-talk. Now, why is self-talk important? Because that actually starts to create your world. It starts to create our world. Just a last point on this. Everything that is first was an idea and a thought. A chair was not a chair. It could never become a chair in physical form until someone thought of it. So if you can just grasp onto that, every single thing that is going to show up in your life for anybody in all across the history of time was first a thought. So what is your thoughts? That's going to be what creates your world. So secondly, energy. What is your energy? Do you wake up like this every morning, like I'm going to go to work and it's going to be great? Or are you like, man, I can't wait. I'm alive, like literally to live in this time period. I live in the United States in 2017 where technology can get me across countries. I can reach literally anybody in this world. I have a particular purpose that people are wanting out there, and it is up to me to share what I'm up to so that people can get this value and I can feel like I'm a contribution in this life. Big difference, right? It is going to be your energy. Why? Because here, self-talk, you can put out there and start to create your life from your self-talk, but it's going to be your energy that really attracts it into your life. And someone that we love to listen to, Abraham Hicks, talks about it is you set out your intention, and that has a certain vibration. Why? Because all this really is energy. Quantum. If you know anything about quantum physics, literally all this is energy. And so energy has a vibration. Now, you can set out there your desires for your life, and that's going to have a certain energy, right? Like you could feel, like you feel alive when you come up and you tell people about it, right? But day to day, if your own state and vibration does not match that which you are creating with your self-talk and with your words, you're not going to be able to attract that. You're not going to line up to that for it to come into your life. So your energy is more important than the actions that you take and the words that you say, because you can say the same words, you can take the same actions, but when your energy vibration is aligned with your desires and what you're intending for, then that's when it shows up. And you all know this. I mean, when you talk to somebody at work or your partner or wherever it might be, when someone is like tired and lethargic and like, man, I have this great business plan and let me tell you about it. Would you want to be a part of it? No, you don't want to be a part of that. And it could be the greatest idea ever. Like, it could be about becoming partnership in Tesla when it first started. Hey, man, I'm going to do electric cars. It's going to revolutionize the world. You want to jump in on that? No. So anyway, moving on. The last point, ego. This is really, I don't know, it's all important. I was going to say the most important. But ego, again, it's going to be about bringing awareness to that what we connect to. We really only have two options. Option number one, we connect to ego. Option number two, we connect to spirit. We connect to the source. We connect to that which gives life. Really, that's all the same thing. So what is ego? Ego is the set of automatic patterns, beliefs, thoughts, actions that we take because we've been conditioned to do so. Your body and your mind is great because you can create from it, but it wants to take the path of least resistance, and so it's going to do the things that doesn't require a lot of energy. So your mind is going to want to have you take the path that's going to require least amount of energy. Why? Because the mind is out that we survive and to feel in control of this life. It's the two things that the mind is out for. And so the mind produces this thing called ego, where we just do, say, be, act this in the same manner as a default based on our past, our parents, our religion, our government, how we were raised, the environment we were raised in, all of that. And if we don't realize that that actually is a pattern that runs us rather than from our own creation, then it's just not going to manifest. You're only going to get the same things. So when you connect to the spirit, when you connect to source, which literally gives you access to everything and anything that ever was and ever will be, and then you match that energy and you continue to tell yourself in your self-talk that that is coming into your life, and you're creating and manifesting that, boom, let's go. That's how you create an unleashed life. So, in wrap up, what I just did, self-talk, energy, and ego, and really ego, noticing where we're doing the same things, and then reconnecting to that which we are, that which we come from, the infinite source, God that actually is within us, that we are a part of and we co-create with. That's where we want to live. So, I didn't get a chance to look at some of the comments. I think a lot of people jumped on. Really great. I love these kind of messages on a Sunday where you can't get to a place or a community or a society or a church to get a message to uplift you. Let's get together and have a conversation here, and let's get our weeks going so we can live an unleashed week and we can live unleashed life. Let's go. Have a great week. Happy Sunday.